Hey, want to skip those ads and get early access and bonus episodes of all Banana for Scale shows? Hop on over to truestory.fm/join and discover all the cool perks that come with being a member of the Banana for Scale family. Coming up, we put the Sanctum Sanctorum on a bagel. Greetings, First Jumpers. I'm not Lester Ryan Clark.
And I'm not Keenan Diaz.
We're another version of them from another universe, and this is another episode of Every Minute of Everything Everywhere All at Once, a show where we attempt to explain, evaluate, enlighten, and elucidate the Academy Award-winning film Everything Everywhere All at Once. Okay, so our minute begins with Jobu saying, "And I know what it feels like to be trapped inside that box."
And it ends with, "Hot dog, Evelyn."
What are we doing back here? But no, it's actually the first in a long succession of quick cuts, which we will get to in the next minute. But for now, let's get to the top of this minute. You'll remember Jobu had just said, "Right is a tiny box invented by people who are afraid." We now get the rest of this monologue. She says, "And I know what it feels like to be trapped inside that box." Mm-hmm. This is said as we all, as one, make our slow and solemn way ever closer to the Sanctum Sanctorum, the Holy of Holies. I actually looked this up. I went down a rabbit hole trying to find out the name of the inner sanctum. Oh, well, I guess that's it. But I was curious how common this was across cultures, like in religious temples. I mean, the two I just said are from Jewish and Christian tradition. So the Holy of Holies was in the original Jewish temple. It housed the Ark of the Covenant. And today, synagogues have the, I hope I'm saying this right, the Aron Kodesh, where they keep the scrolls of the Torah behind a curtain.
Okay.
Yeah. And the Sanctum Sanctorum, literally just the Holy of Holies in Latin, is sometimes how Catholics unofficially refer to the tabernacle, which actually, Keenan, I have a few pictures of here. Take a look.
These are two different churches you sent me?
Yeah, these are two different churches. So from what I'm reading, tabernacle is like this small cabinet that houses the Eucharist. But it looks like in some churches, it's less portable. It's more like a fixture of the church.
We're going to be back there every Sunday anyways, so let's leave it there.
Where else is the tabernacle going to go? Yeah. So, but I was looking at it, I was like, oh my gosh, this really does look like the thing they have in the Bagel Temple. And I realized, Keenan, you said this was a church before, right?
That's right, yeah.
So it probably is the
is.
tabernacle. I was like, wow, how did they recreate such a very, Catholic-esque thing? It's like, well, yeah, of course, because it's
a Catholic cathedral.
Yeah. But yeah, doesn't that look like, it could house a little bagel?
The bagel of Christ.
Yeah, right.
Eat of this bagel, for it is my body. Well, yeah, it's great. The one they have here is rounded off, which is just pretty perfect.
Yeah. And I was curious. I thought this must be a Judeo-Christian thing exclusively. Surely the Eastern religions are less restrictive of their gods or their saints or their relics. But apparently there are some parallels. So based on my reading, and I might get some of this wrong, so folks write in if I'm speaking out of school. But Hindu temples have the garbagriha, literally the womb chamber, the innermost sanctum of the temple, usually a small, dark, windowless room that houses the murti, the central image or idol of the deity. It is often the holiest and most restricted part of the temple, sometimes accessible only to priests, and worshippers view the deity through a doorway rather than entering themselves. Then we got Buddhist temples, and they apparently often have an inner shrine housing the main Buddha statue or relics. Some Buddhist stupas literally enshrine relics of the Buddha himself, like bone fragments, etc., inside sealed inner chambers. Japanese Buddhist temples often have a naiku, an inner sanctuary, distinct from outer worship halls. Speaking of Japan, you also got Shinto shrines. They have the honden, the innermost structure where the kami, right, the spirit or deity, is enshrined, often containing a shintai, physical object that the kami is believed to inhabit, right? Remember my Kocho sensei, it's like, this is a kami, right? Ordinary visitors typically don't enter the honden at all. They pray from outside it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Where it feels like, oh, the Eastern religion should be, more freeing with their temple, and they should be everywhere, right? And
That's my white person assumption.
Well, but yeah, it just doesn't make sense. After somewhere in the thousands of years they've existed, they're like, if we keep it open, somebody's going to take this thing in here.
Yeah.
So what happens one time, someone steals the thing or knocks it over accidentally. You're like,
human beings, folks.
Well, I guess we should close that off a little bit more. You want to be free and open with it, but
yeah. But yeah, in fact, the only religion I could find that doesn't do this, that doesn't have like an inner like shrine to house like a relic or the iteration of a god, is Islam. There's no inner chamber or enclosure for God in a mosque because you cannot contain God. He is everywhere all at once. I like that. Speaking in 2026 when Islamophobia is slowly ramping up again, and I just thought that was like a really cool little detail. It's like, no, we're not gonna how you can't contain God, right? Yeah, which makes me question my fellow Catholics. Guys, why are we putting God in a box?
I get because Jean Valjean's going to come in and steal it.
Well, yeah.
And then you got to give him your plates, and then you got to give him your candlesticks. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
You got to wait for the whole number to complete, and then
That's right. And none of it rhymes.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, I also want to go back to what Jobu said. She said, and I know what it feels like to be trapped inside that box. I realize now it sounds like I'm trying to make a connection with, all the other stuff I literally said about like sanctums and stuff. I'm not. Her saying she knows what it feels like to be trapped inside that box. It's another little tickle of that villain trope I like so much, where our villain is saying, I know how it feels to be where you are right now because I was once there too. I guess it's an extension of the like we're not so different you and I trope, but I've seen it done a couple ways. Usually it's like, hey, that feeling of being trapped that you have, I had it too, but now I'm free. But here it's more like, hey, you're not aware of it, but you're trapped, and I can set you free, or the bagel can set you free. It's very like slight distinction, but like, and I actually think this scene is doing more than just that, but I like the trope, so I wanted to, call it out.
I think I also feel this way about this speech about the being put into boxes before Lavender wrote in and said that this little snippet that we see of them and the Winnebago together was an improv or a semi-scripted scene where Joy comes out to Evelyn and she doesn't respond very well.
Right.
But that idea of like being put into boxes, Jobu as a queer character or queer villain character, that resonates with me because that's something a lot of people in the queer community talk about is being put into boxes. Even within the queer community, you're gay or you're bisexual or you're your pan or whatever, and a lot of people not wanting to even select one of those identities within the queer spectrum. And so just hearing that idea of like boxes with Jobu, that's where my mind goes.
Right. And also because this is an immigrant story, it like several boxes upon boxes. Yeah.
Yeah, there's something about the kind of what's the word? The heaviness of like the boxes of in the census boxes that you select of like your race and your national origin and that kind of thing. That a lot of people, especially immigrants, have expressed trouble with. So there are like in the Latino community, right? There are people who are like, the old census forms made us choose between white and black, so we chose white, and then then we were white, and then within because the forms change every 10 years. So then in 10 or 20 years, then we had to decide that whether we were white again or not, or whether, whether we were something else distinct from that. And like just making yourself choose has all of these like cultural ramifications for it.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm a fan of the census because I like data, but
yeah, but no, it's one of those things, just trying to like sum you, like we talked about like early on, like trying to sum you up by your skin color, by your race, by your ethnicity, by your sexuality, right, by your gender, all of that stuff. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and I can't imagine what it is like for people who feel differently about their gender from decade to decade, like with your little forms and such. It's like like that sounds it sounds so oppressive. That's the word I've been looking for. Like someone makes you choose one.
Yep. Yeah. But folks, at the end of the day, it's just like Deirdre says, it's just boring forms and numbers. There you go.
Yeah, so Jobu is like free from all of that. So, you know, there is the box that she's talking about literally in the movie here of right and wrong, but also I think everything else. Like she is male and female and beyond those distinctions, and gay and straight and beyond those distinctions, and
alive and dead.
Alive and dead, yeah, that's a really good one. Yeah, she's just to be clear, this is the Schrodinger's cat. She's alive and dead at the same time, right? Inside of that box. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So, yeah, she's everything, everywhere, all at once. Now, even as she is saying this, we hear someone speaking. It's Joy from another world, from the beginning of our movie, actually. She's trying to introduce Becky to Gong Gong. Remember, she was kind of stumbling through some not so great Mandarin, right? Becky Suoda, right? And as soon as Jobu finishes speaking, we cut to that scene, kind of like mid-conversation, just as Evelyn moves in front of Joy. Remember that part? Inserting herself between her and Gong Gong and says, Ho Peng Yao, right? Good friend. Becky is a good friend. And we once again rack focus to see Joy's expression of hurt and betrayal as she says, Mom. Then we hear Evelyn speaking, but as we cut to her in this memory, her mouth is not moving, and we realize that it's our Evelyn back in the temple. And she says, no, it's not like that. It's Gong Gong. He's a different generation. And before we leave this memory, I just want to point out, I'm pretty sure Evelyn's reaction when Joy says, Mom, is different in this memory, which could mean a lot of things, or it could mean nothing. But I believe that this is a different take they used, meaning they didn't just, go back to the beginning of the movie and replay the same footage. I think this is like new footage. And again, this could mean nothing, or depending on whose memory it is, that's why it's a little different. What do you think?
I went back and looked several times. I think it is a different take, but it's so subtle. Like it's really maddening. And then I'm like, no, it's just the voiceover that makes it feel different. It's something, or just the context that makes it feel different. But I think it is a different take, and it feels more sympathetic, right? It feels more like she Evelyn is looking back at her and is like apologizing with her look, as opposed to the original, which feels like it is more like, oh, you're calling me out on this, and that's a surprise, sort of like defensiveness.
The first one in the beginning of our movie looks like she's looking at Joy and she's saying, I'm sorry I had to do that. You'll understand when you're older. And the second one looks like, I'm sorry, I failed you.
Right.
And there's no she's sticking to her guns less in the second one.
Right.
Which, whose memory do we think this is? Are we in Joy's head now, or are we in Evelyn's head right now?
Right. Well, the maddening thing that I'm going to tell you, that I'm sure you're afraid I'm going to tell you, is that they both happened in different universes.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Right. I forgot what fucking movie we're in.
But
I spent all morning, and I was like Moriarty or the Riddler, and I was like, riddle me this, Keenan. Whose memory is it?
Right.
Coming in here like Socrates.
They're both everyone's memories.
Yeah.
But no, I have the exact same question as you. Like, the flashback is so odd, right? Because it's jarring us when we go into the flashback, and then it has like this voiceover. So like we're supposed to be kind of a step behind the shots. Like we're like, wait, what is this? Where are we? So it's not really clear. Like it's not really like, it doesn't give us a close up of Evelyn's face, and then we go into the flashback, so we know it's her flashback. It doesn't go with Jobu. So it feels like, really, I guess both of them are experiencing it at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's both of theirs, because, and then also we're going to get after we hear that, we're going to get Evelyn basically talking in the flashback to her,
right?
Like in the dream, like they're seeing the dream together, like Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
So they
Spirit, show me no more. Yeah.
Right. They seem to be experiencing it both at the same time. The two of them.
And yeah, as Evelyn finishes that line, right? She's been saying he's a different generation. We're back in the temple, and Jobu cuts her off, like it almost seems like Evelyn would have said more if Jobu had not cut her there.
And there is more in the script that that we didn't end up using in the cut here. So again, these are tiny little changes, but it alters the scene so much, right? So we get Right is a tiny box invented by people who are afraid, and I know what it feels like to be forced in that box. Then in the script, we go to the scene in the Winnebago together. It just says in a car, but I don't think they had figured out the Winnebago yet.
Right.
It just says that they're sitting there on the side of the highway, and it has Jobu voiceover. And the parenthetical here says cruel.
Ooh.
So Jobu, after this conversation about the boxes, says, to share a piece of myself that I was so scared to share, only for you to say nothing, drive away, go on with your life as if nothing happened. And then from there, go to directly the flashback. So we put our two flashbacks together as opposed to separating them. Just like we see where Becky meets Gong Gong.
Yeah.
Evelyn says, no, it's not like that. It's Gong Gong. He's from a different generation, et cetera. So that's how we go there.
Okay. Interesting. Huh. Ooh, I mean, dang. I like the movie as is, and we kind of came to that conclusion anyway. With Lavender's help, right? They told us like that was the moment that that Joy had come out, and we're like, wow, is Evelyn just like Grey Rock? She just doesn't say anything. Right?
What's that? Grey Rock?
What? Oh, geez, yeah. Grey Rock is Oh well. No, it wouldn't work here. Oh, geez, I thought I was so clever.
What does that mean?
Well, no, it's a tactic when you're arguing with somebody. Usually, they I saw on TikTok. It's like when you're talking to like a narcissist or something like that. You Grey Rock. You just like, fine, yep.
Oh, I see.
You know, but
only narcissists do that. I feel like that's pretty common.
You do that to them because they're to diffuse the situation because. They're trying to get a rise out of you. They're feeding off of your emotions, so you just have no emotions.
I see. Okay. Well, that does seem to be what she's doing, but just in a negative, not as a positive tool. But this seems like she's breaking up. Yeah, she's just like I will not accept that this is happening in front of me.
Yeah. So I guess not that Joy is being a narcissist is like it's
no.
She's using it. She's using it she's abusing the Grey Rock.
Yeah. It's like a defense mechanism for her.
Yeah.
And then the trouble with it is that it just becomes that is their relationship until a year later or 2 years later, she's like, I have a girlfriend now, and then she's like, well, I guess we're going to have to address this. They just never have that conversation. And
even then, like just very, very kind of like just minimally address it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that term, Grey Rock. That makes sense here. I think that's right. That makes a lot of sense. And then, then, as you say, they're going to become Grey Rocks.
Yeah, right.
Well, but what is thinking when it's blue, but they're Grey Rocks.
Yeah. But just kind of, like closes up, doesn't offer anything, to the conversation,
Right.
Yeah. And to that, she said he's a different generation. To that, Jobu says, you don't have to hide behind him anymore, right? Which is what we suspected all along. Regardless of whether Gong Gong would approve of Joy and Becky being a couple, Evelyn has her own hang-ups about it, but has been using Gong Gong as the scapegoat thus far, but not anymore. I have a feeling Joy also suspected this all along. I don't think she bought that for a second. What do you think?
No, I think that she's very hurt by it. That's very clear, right? And then the conversation outside of the laundromat at the beginning of the movie isn't like you need to stand up for him. It's like you need to treat me well. Like it's just like it's not about Gong Gong at all, really.
Yeah. And Joy puts her arm around her mother and ushers her forward, saying, "You should feel relieved. The bagel will show you the true nature of things. You'll be free from that box, just like me." They have stopped right at the base of the steps leading up to that little enclosure. But here, and I like how Evelyn says this next bit as they walk up the steps. Yeah, she says, no, I'm not like you. You're young, and your mind is always changing. I don't know why, but it sounds positive. It sounds like a mother telling her daughter like how lucky she is. She's still young. She's learning. She has plenty of time to figure out the world. Like, it doesn't sound like defiance or denial until the very last bit where she says, "I still know who I am." But this is in a different shot. Like we're looking at their backs as she says the first part, and then we close up on her, and that makes it feel like almost a separate thought. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm also always on guard. This is me and my personal life. This hang up about criticizing people as young. I suppose that I don't know. Maybe if you're a parent, you feel that way for sure. Because but I'm always like, oh, geez, just because I'm young, I can't know something. I have to be right about a certain situation. So I think it's interesting that like she's patronizing Jobu in that respect, but Jobu is quite older than her now,
right? Yeah,
because she experienced all those things. And she, Evelyn kind of can feel like she's being patronized by Jobu for like having all this wisdom, and Evelyn just cannot really accept that wisdom is coming from her daughter.
Right.
Like even if she kind of understands this is not really her daughter, this is it's got a daughter's face on it, right? And so she's like, no, I must always have more wisdom than you. I must always be more experienced than you, older than you. I must have things figured out. And but also that certainty is a positive for Evelyn, and Jobu is all about uncertainty.
Right.
And uncertainty is closer to the truth because she's quantum. She's both on and off, 1 and 0, dead cat, alive cat at the same time.
Yes. Yeah. So the like trying to kind of like adopt the the motherly tone, right?
Right.
And it's like, oh, you're still young. It's like you're probably going to grow out of being gay, of being whatever, of being Jobu Tupaki, right?
Yeah, being
like,
multiversal, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. This is a phase. Yeah.
There is something again that's cut from the script that I think it's right because it's kind of repetitive, but I think that we have it here in the scene without needing this line, but here it makes it very explicit. So Jobu says, you can stop hiding behind him. You should feel relieved. You don't have to choose anymore. Evelyn says, choose. And Jobu says, between loving me or hating me, you can do both at the same time now that you're just like me.
Interesting. Does it say what does Evelyn respond to that?
Nope. She says, no, I'm not like you, except you are young. Yeah.
Right. Interesting.
But like, again, binary choice is so inherent to everything that we do.
Right.
I know a lot of...
And it isn't. Sorry.
I know a lot of people have trouble with the idea, and I've heard this from parents, like loving your kid and having moments where you hate your kid, loving your kid and not liking your kid, like that's very difficult to admit. But if you just think about that, like that's so human. Of course, parents feel that way. Sometimes but that's true of any relationship, is what I mean. Like you can, I don't like you very much right now.
Right,
is a natural, real thing to feel, but it's hard to articulate. So Evelyn won't even admit that, again, like when she's coming out to her, Joy's coming out to her, Evelyn won't really admit that, no, I'm upset about this. She just won't have that conversation at all.
Right. Just like refusing to acknowledge its existence.
Right.
Yeah. Right. And we're going to get to...
I don't know what if you have a difficult coming out, I don't know what Jobu wants from her, but she can, what Joy wants from her mother rather. But I can imagine in this world, she's like, you could have, you could have been honest with me. You could have said, this really upsets me, which of course she wouldn't want her to say.
Right.
Which is like, when you're looking backwards, you're like, you could have said this, you could have been honest with me, like, hey, this really pisses me off, Joy, etc. Right? But you just did nothing at all, right? Anything but the thing that Joy wants. And I don't know if Joy comes out to her mother and her mother is like, I have no problem with this. I accept this, of course. And then Joy might be like, no, you don't. What a stupid thing to say. Of course you don't.
Yeah. I mean, as infinite as the possibilities are, there it's like you what is it? Occam's razor. You split it in half, and no, that's not Occam's razor.
No, that's Solomon's baby.
No, it wasn't Solomon's baby. It was one of the mother's babies.
Well, Solomon's now because it's cut in half.
Well, yeah. No, it's like as infinite as the options are. Now divide that in half, right? Divide infinity by half.
Oh,
right?
geez,
Yeah. But yeah. So many different possibilities, and we get the feeling that this one, just the not saying anything, it wasn't what Joy expected, and it hurt. I don't want to say the most, but maybe.
Well, that's what I mean is like their relationship wasn't strong beforehand, so Joy might not have accepted any strong relationship, any strong answer, because of this relationship. But,
right.
But again, like we're gonna see it made semi-explicit later on. When we get the googly eyes becoming kind of like yin and yang, right? But the Jobu is trying to give her this answer that like you don't have to be anywhere in the box. You don't have to be just one or the other thing. There is no right or wrong. We can hate each other and love each other. You don't have to choose one or the other. And that's all like natural. Just it's part of the world. Yeah. Is your brain fried yet, folks? But yeah, she turns like to the camera, to us, when she says, "I still know who I am." Right. But we can see behind her that Jobu is not buying that. She says, "You have no idea what you've done." And we get a cut to our acolytes, all in a row now, all in a line, as they pull down their visors. And Jobu says, "You're stuck like this forever." We can see that the visors are semi-transparent, but like reflective, like mirrors, like silvery
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really interesting look because it makes the acolytes who are religiously cult themed, right? Like that's their vibe. That's what they're giving, I suppose.
Yeah.
Like when they move their little visors down, it I don't know, for me initially just recalls stormtrooper police, you know?
Right.
Putting on their little shields.
Stormtrooper police or like X-ray technicians or something like that about to, view radio. So it's like...
Well, I think that's what's going on in the plot of it, but like them all in a row doing it is what makes me feel like fascist stormtroopers.
You're talking about the imagery, and I'm talking about the literal thing.
Yeah. I agree with that part of it.
Duh, Lester.
No, my basic idea is like they're changing, the vibe of them going from like a cult to fascist.
Right.
And of course those things overlap, but
yes. Yeah. As we have seen in the United States, 2026.
Did you notice Deirdre's little earrings? They're a perfect circle. They're very interesting.
Wait a minute. Hang on. What?
Because it's a shot of the acolytes, but it's really a shot of Deirdre. Like we're focusing on Deirdre.
Right.
Yeah. She's the one
who's
in focus. Yeah, I like this little,
She's got the little,
Again, I think it's a question about whether Jamie Lee Curtis showed up because there was a scene written for her, or whether by that time they had deleted those lines and she still was like, "I'm going to be there," I have to be there. But she
showed up in that costume, and then everybody else was like, "All right, we gotta get like 12 more of these."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but so she has a little circle on her ear. She's like, I'm a part of the circle. I could be one of these.
I love it.
Just because I don't have a big black circle on my head made out of my hair. I have a little circle on my ears.
I do like it. Yeah. So for me, it's given now that you point out the fascist angle, definitely. It's also given it's like future church.
Yes, I like it.
But yeah, we cut as Evelyn responds. She says, "No, I'm going back with my joy to my family." Something about the way she says it, the desperation, the feeling of being lost is really, really heartbreaking. You can see her eyes seeing her joy and her family. And she turns back to Jobu and says, "And live my life, a happy life." That part also, she's determined to convince Jobu that it was a happy life. Jobu smirks, but I can also see some sadness in Stephanie Shu's face here. Like, you still don't get it, or you really thought I was happy over there, right? Something hits her about that line, that a happy life, right? And she says, "Okay." And then I can't see what she does. She like touches Evelyn's shoulder or gives her like a pat on the back or something, and she just says, "Good luck with that." Right?
Yeah, because it's over the shoulder, so she does some kind of business. It could be anything on that side. She could be booping her or poking her eyes or like three suitors. So we don't get to see that, unfortunately. Yeah. But yeah, I like this idea that you're bringing up about Evelyn insisting it's a happy life. Jobu has been trying to tell her that it doesn't matter if it's happy. That it's okay if it's happy and sad at the same time, right?
Right.
Like that becomes part of the lesson of the movie. That just because Evelyn doesn't have a chain of laundromat, she's not like the most successful laundromat owner, et cetera. It doesn't mean that she's not a successful businesswoman. Like what does success mean? She's able to semi-support her family for, or let's say like she's able. Let's say they lose a laundromat after the end of the movie, anyways. So she was only able to support her family for 25 or 30 years. Like right. And Job is like that. That everything is not binary of like, well, that means all those years were a failure, as opposed to like, well, that's what it was for 25 years, and it worked for that time, and that was a success, or not even putting a label in. That's just what it was. Like we had a place for 25 years, as opposed to, and so then instead Evelyn's like, no, it was a happy life. Like that is, again, trying to put the entire experience of her, half of her life into a box.
Right. Yeah. And folks, as this conversation has been going on, the music has been building to something weird. It actually does remind me of Polymorphia, the music composed by Krzysztof Penderecki. That was one of the main themes early on in our other movie, The Exorcist.
Right.
And it was just this like messy, chaotic, like skittering, scratching of strings that made you feel like spiders were crawling all over you.
It's like the mind of scorpions, or we came up with a good way of describing it.
It was like how do demons think? It's like that's what's in there. Like if you read their minds, it was just yeah. It sounds exactly like that here, and yeah, I think nowadays this type of music is used a lot for like the unveiling of something creepy or ominous. But I I wonder, just, because we did the other movie too, if that was the first instance of it. Like, don't they do it? Yeah, they Kubrick does it in The Shining. Only I think that one is actually like that is polymorphia. He just got the same track.
Oh, that's right.
This one's probably done by Sun Lux, though.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's their own original.
Yeah.
That's interesting. You said Kubrick. I didn't think about The Shining, which is after The Exorcist. I was thinking about 2001, which is before The Exorcist, where they have over some of those space sequences.
Yeah.
So this probably has a track that's probably a really sophisticated musical name for that. But that's my impression of it.
Yeah. Just like. Well, you can't really hum it, folks. At karaoke, you can't. It's like, hey, what's that song? It's like. Oh, I love it. It's got such a beat. No. But yeah, folks, we have a wide shot as they unveil the bagel. They don't just open the curtains; they tear them away. I didn't remember that.
No, I didn't notice that until you pointed that out. Yeah.
So, Keenan, that means. They got to get new curtains every time Jobu shows someone the bagel.
I guess...
You're not putting those dirty curtains back up. Housing the holy bagel?
No, they've touched the floor of the temple.
Which is also probably clean, but whatever.
Let's say that, okay, this is the only time she's shown somebody the bagel. That's fine. Well, then how do these trumpeters know the exact right time for one on either side to hold the curtains and then pull it dramatically away?
I bet they didn't even think that they would tear off like that. I bet they both thought they were just gonna pull the curtains aside. Oh shit, we broke the curtains.
Oh, there's a bagel wayman who comes out from the back like, sorry, I tried my best to put them up. I'll try another way for next time.
They're happier on the floor.
Yeah, that's great. They are. I guess they're just taped on. I guess like on the film set, there probably isn't, as you say, that it's where the Holy of Holies was when this was a church. So there's not usually a curtain there. So the art team has just taped up some sheets, and that's that. But I like that that's what the bagel people have also done.
Right.
They have all the power and all of the money in whatever universe this is, but let's just tape them up.
Yeah,
we don't want to put holes in the Holy of Holies and put our rods up. No, that's terrible.
Yeah, just stick them. Velcro works fine. Right. Velcro is chaos. Have you ever tried to separate Velcro, like a long piece of, and then the other piece gets stuck to the other piece, and it's like
you can't do it. It's impossible.
Nope. But yeah. And folks, I don't know why I forgot this, but the bagel's tiny. I mean, it's bagel-sized. It's the size of a bagel. But, of course it is. But, man, the movie has done such a good job of having it, fill our mind's eye. You know what I mean? Like we talked about it way back in the beginning where, when we were, in the laundromat and we were looking at that dryer and we were comparing the googly eyes and to the bagel, and we said something like, the googly eyes are small and numerous, and they're hidden, so you have to look for the good. But it's there, and the bagel is one big, all-encompassing, all-consuming thing. It takes up the whole screen, just like the dryer, and just like all of the bagel's other avatars, right? Even when we see rows of dryers, they're still big and oppressive, right? Same thing with the black circle on the receipt that Deirdre makes, right?
Right.
It doesn't take up the whole screen, but it forces you to look at it. You can't look anywhere else. You can't miss it. It sucks our attention, right? Yeah. All that to say, I like this very, very quick shot here where we actually see how big the bagel is, and it's just a regular bagel.
It's smaller than the bagel made of Stephanie Shu's hair on the top of her head.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, that's bigger. But, going back to your idea of a bunch of little white dots, I think that still holds true because, on Stephanie Shu's face, all the little tiny ones are white, and the big one that's her hairdo is black,
Right, yeah.
She's got, these tiny little white dots, look like pearls or bubbles on her face, and then she's got this frill, Elizabethan frill under that is another one made of bubbles, and I still think that's the case. And then in this shot where we pull back from the Holy of Holies, this cathedral already has a bunch of little tiny white circles in it, as part of the architecture. So it's really interesting how much contrast there is. you remember the scene as being all white.
Mm-hmm.
And it's certainly, more white than most scenes.
Right.
But it's not all white. And there's still like, doors with some brown in them and, and all sorts of stuff in there.
Yeah, there's a little bit of color. And it's like if you stare at it long enough, you see like the muted colors, just like when you're staring at that book, right? I am your daughter is me.
Right.
Like, wait a minute, there's color there. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, really great pointing out how small the bagel is. But it like looms large in our minds, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it is floating still.
It is. Yes, we're not trying to diminish the awesomeness of the bagel. It's floating in midair, folks.
Yeah, and not on like a little pedestal, and not with a little wire in it, like Spaghetti Baby Noodle Boy holding it up.
Right, Spaghetti Baby Noodle Boy. Spaghetti Baby Noodle Boy. Yeah, Marcel the Shell with shoes on. And yeah, folks, as the bagel is unveiled, we get tinnitus. What are you doing here? Spelled H-E-A-R.
Oh.
Were you confused by that in the script?
No, my eyes just washed over it, not wanting to accept what you had done.
You have no idea what you've done. No. But no, everything goes silent. There's this deep like boom, and then the ringing in our ears starts, and we can also see ripples moving along the floor. Mm-hmm. That's not practical, is it?
No, because I was looking like, okay, is this just the smoke layer that they've got, and then they've got like a layer of like not smoke, what's the word? Mist, fog, like a fog machine on the
like
floor.
Gravity smoke,
like gravity smoke,
like heavy smoke. It just kind of like stays on the ground.
Yeah.
That's mist. Yeah, heavy smoke.
But either way, yeah, it's interesting. Like it feels like the floor is rippling and surviving. Like it's not like destroying itself or anything like that.
Right.
But also the ripples are coming from the back of the cathedral going forward towards the bagel. Which again is like this wonderful like contradictory idea. So I don't know if they had filmed it ripples coming from that forward part of the church to the back where the camera is, and then back again, and they just cut out the first half. But like it feels like the curtains get pulled out, and then the back of the cathedral on the opposite end of the bagel has some kind of reaction, which is like really interesting. Like again, contradictory, odd in nature. Like we think that it's like a shockwave coming out from the bagel, but it's more complicated than that.
It's like. Oh, gosh, I learned this in elementary school, so I might be completely wrong or misremembering it. But I heard lightning actually goes up from the ground.
That's what I understand, yeah.
So it's not like, you see in cartoons where lightning comes from the cloud and pierces down onto the earth, like, when Zeus is mad or whatever, right? Or like, fuck this tree, or whatever. It's that a charge has very quickly gone down to the earth and then bounced back up, and that creates the lightning. So I'm wondering, like if we're going to try to science this bagel, that a pulse has gone out from the bagel like invisibly and resounded off of the walls, and now like it's in the plane of reality, and it's kind of like rippling back to it.
Right. This is different, but another thought of it would be like it is quantum entangled, right? Like we have a response over here, and then somewhere else in the universe there's an equal response that's matched to it. So that's. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to say that lightning is quantum entanglement, but I'm saying that potentially, like the bagel, responds here, and then somewhere else where it's fixated somewhere else, that's where the response starts.
Right. But yeah, all of that is paired beautifully with this next shot. We're back on Evelyn as a force seems to blow her back. You can see like the wind whipping her scarf, and behind her, the acolytes, as one, all do the sign of the bagel on their foreheads. There it is, right? We were wondering if it actually showed up in the final film, because so far I think we've only seen it in that deleted scene where Deirdre jumps off into the atrium. But here it is. They're doing it in the back, folks. So yeah, I remember Lavender. They said to keep an eye out for it. Yeah. Also interesting to note that Jobu does not react.
Yeah, even to the wind effect, she tries really. Stephanie, she's doing her best to not respond at all to that, right?
Right. Not even like you don't even see like any of her like hair or, well, I guess you can't see her hair, but you know what I mean. Like
yeah. They plastered it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't do any of that. Yeah, but they're really getting the wind effects into that thing where they're putting it into like Michelle Yeoh's jowls even to make it look like
just
it's
her,
really having
her face and her scarf and her hair. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Slowing it down a little bit. Yeah.
And, we're not necessarily looking at Jobu during this because we're looking at Evelyn responding the most. But Jobu looks really terribly sad of the reveal of the bagel, which is not what we would think necessarily.
Yeah. You would expect her, well, actually I wouldn't, but like someone might expect her to look at the bagel the way, Bagel Deirdre was looking at her a couple minutes ago, right? Yeah. Like with that, kind of like anticipatory smile, right?
Yeah, like what's this woman's name? Oh my God, the Wicked Witch of the West. Sorry, I forgot it for a minute ago. I was like the Wizard of Oz. She's not the wizard; she's the witch.
Yes.
But like the Wicked Witch of the West, like she's like whenever she reveals one of her little ploys or her crystal ball where she could see Auntie M, right? She's like this is the thing now, like and they have to like basically like hire she has to hire at least one of her monkeys just to be there so that she can like show it off to them, whatever her new tool is. She's like, one of you has to stand back so I can explain how brilliant and evil I am, This feels a little bit like that. Like Jobu, you can expect her being like, I'm showing you the bagel, right? Like where are my tented fingers going, aha, ha, ha,
right.
But instead she's like really really kind of sad and even maybe disgusted by the bagel somehow.
Yeah. Should we compare this to her look into the dryer at the beginning? Or?
Oh, I like that a lot.
Because this is, this one is something that she made, right? And the dryer is either reminding her of that or the bagel is calling to her from that.
Right.
Yeah. And Dorothy's like, but how will I know how much time I have left? And the witch is like, well, let me tell you. Let me show you, actually. She clunks down that hourglass with the red sand. Like, And Dorothy's like, we have that at home. That's like, for timing eggs. So, well, you don't have one as big as this? No, I suppose not.
Yeah. Where's my elbow nudging monkey? Hey, monkey. And she just starts poking to the right until the monkey shows up. It's like, there we go. Look at this.
All of these monkeys have seen all of her things. And she, because she's a little bit racist, she can't tell the difference between them. So she keeps on thinking she's got a new monkey to impress.
Right.
But it's like the same like 2 or 3 monkeys.
Yeah, they rotate through. They have a chore wheel of being the witch's nudge friend.
Yeah. She show you the crystal ball? Yeah, she showed me the crystal ball.
Couple times.
Yep. The hourglass. Yep. Saw that. Yep. Did she show you the cursed skull? No, she didn't show me the cursed skull. Oh, I'm just kidding. There's no cursed skull.
Basically, it's all the same stuff they have in Kansas in that guy's little wagon.
They're aware that they're in a dream. They're just like, and Pungo, you and I are just in the Kansas City Zoo.
Oh.
Yeah. We fell off that branch and we're having a trip right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Is the twister real? Don't ask if the twister's real. I don't know.
Yeah, it is. Wait a minute. Yeah, hang on.
Don't ask. I said, don't ask.
Wait a goddamn minute.
Wait, Mungu, don't ask this.
And that's when he falls off the branch. The doctor comes in. Doctor says, no more monkeys waxing philosophical. Okay. It's too late in the movie. We can't bring in a Wizard of Oz running gag. We can't do that.
Sure we can. Of course we can.
Anyway, but yeah, we then get a shot of the bagel now close up, and again, even though we know it's tiny, it looks big here, and it sort of like pulsates, and the air around it ripples, and as it kind of like emits this pulse, the walls of the inner sanctum crack, and I could have sworn maybe it's just a continuity thing because I'm looking now. I I was so excited to talk about how it looked like the walls were already cracked before, but no, it looks like this is the first time they crack.
All right, well, let me go back and look. Where do we see it originally? That first shot of the bagel. I think that's. I think you might be having deja vu.
Okay.
Search the
I could have no. I was
wait, I got it.
Okay, what's the timestamp?
Oh gosh, I lost it. I scrolled through and no, wait, that's just the temple without the bagel.
We do see it, right? This isn't the first time.
No, this is not the first time. We'd seen the bagel before.
No. Oh, no. I see it. Aha, okay. 1 hour and 20 seconds in.
All right.
Yes, okay, I'm right. I'm not crazy. It's already...
Right, yeah. In the first time we see the bagel, it's already cracked, right?
Yes, and I was so excited. I wanted to say, it's like, look, like, what does that mean? Like, was it a struggle to contain the bagel, to get the bagel in there? Like, what magic did Jobu have to do? Like, they literally destroyed the walls of this bagel prison. I know it's not a prison, but like, I was so excited to talk about that because it's already cracked here.
Right.
But now we're looking at the unveiling of the bagel, and the walls are not cracked until just now.
Right. So the first time we see the bagel itself, we go through the hand vagina into the temple. Our camera's rotating clockwise, and then the curtains kind of blow open themselves. We don't have two trumpeters just ripping them down callously. Yeah, and we see the bagel, and the wall behind it is already cracked, but not as much as it is in our minute here.
Yeah.
So, whatever. I don't know.
I mean, I just like the idea that like this thing was built to contain the bagel,
right.
And even with all of Jobu's powers, it's still just barely holding it.
Yeah. Well, it's also interesting, right? Like the contradiction. So I'm not saying this is I'm not saying any of this is a quote unquote mistake, but like the contradictions of it having all this power, they can crack the marble, and what's holding it back right now are these two sheets. Like these really delicate, nice little, it's just regular bed sheets. Like they're not so
you just
apparently they're right. But like the contradiction of that, these flowy, cottony, billowy things are holding back the power that can break the entire, Sanctum Sanctorum.
Right. Yeah. I might be speaking completely incorrectly again, but I believe Ian told me this about yarmulkes. Have you heard about this?
What are yarmulkes for?
Yeah, like apparently that's where God's love like shines on you, and it's so strong. Like God's love for you is so strong that it would literally like melt your brain. It would melt your head, and so people put the yarmulkes on to kind of like protect them from that, from the strength of God's love. And I like so okay. So you've heard that too?
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right. I like that. That is such a cool like sweet, wonderful thing, and but yeah, just this little kind of like piece of clothing, shields you. But like without it, like God's love is so strong that it would destroy you, right? No, I really like that. But yeah, so it's for the bagel, it's the curtains,
right?
Yeah, but yeah, okay. So now the temple walls or the inner sanctum walls are cracked, right? And yeah, the air around the bagel ripples, and then the hole in the center turns this dazzling white, and it expands, and it looks as if reality is bending and being sucked into it. We get a quick shot of an extreme close-up of an eye as the pupil expands and then contracts, and we are sucked through it and into the hot dog universe with hot dog Evelyn. What are hot dog here?
And she's looking directly at us like we know where we are, and I don't. Don't ask me, lady. I don't know what's going on.
Interesting. And I mean, yeah, the only meaning we can derive from this is what comes in the next minute. This is part of the next little transition of shots.
I will say, so to get ready for each show, I'll watch the minute. Sometimes I'll just watch the minute and not go past it, and sometimes I'll continue on. But watching this one in on its own, I was like, okay, so then we are teleporting from the temple to the hot dog universe, and I had kind of get the feeling that like we are meant to feel like we're leaving the temple, but it turns out that we're in the temple for another like 10 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
From what I I mean, maybe we should save this for next time. But I kind of had the feeling that we're seeing all of the different Evelyns like suddenly kind of like, oh, their ears perk up there. It's like they're experiencing the bagel all at the same time.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think you're right. But like when I was just watching in isolation, I was like, okay, we're done with the bagel. We're done with the bagel temple, but that's just not true at all. Yeah, so we're going to still be here for quite some time.
I specifically remember at some point Stephanie Shu going, Evelyn, bagel, to turn her attention back.
Yes.
So, yeah. So that hasn't happened yet.
Right, as in we're going to kill ourselves now. Come on back, yeah.
Yeah. Boy. But Keenan, what did we think of this minute?
I love it. I love everything in the temple. I love Jamie Lee Curtis's commitment to the bit for a non-speaking role. And yeah, I'm happy to spend a couple more minutes in here.
Yeah.
Don't make me leave.
Yeah. We gotta actually like go there. Now that it's like a public place we can go to.
Yeah, now that it's not a church where they don't let people in.
Yeah. We're kidding, folks.
Yeah. I like churches. You know, I'm not someone with faith. I'm an atheist, but yeah, there's a lot of beauty in cathedrals like St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York. It's just like gorgeous, and the Crystal Cathedral out in Orange County I really like. This modern cathedral. So yeah, that's really neat.
No, there's something to be said. Like I feel like whether you're a person of faith or not, like there's something I don't know the word, like anthropologically or sociologically, just about like oh, humans made this, you know, because they believed something, and that's why, you know, the windows are shaped this way, and that's why, you know, there's a statue of that person there, and like all of these things are, you know, inspired by, you know, this grand belief that, you know, that somebody has, and then you just kind of like take all of that in while you're, you know, taking in the architecture, you know.
Yeah, I've never been to Europe, but I've heard that described, like when you're in some of the European cathedrals, you're like, the people who started building these knew that they wouldn't be able to finish for 100 years, that they would be dead, and maybe their children would be dead by the time this is done, and they still had that kind of faith to see this through and construct them.
Oh, yeah.
And you sort of feel that walking through them.
Yeah. Yep. And some of them, like those churches made out of like bones, you know, you can, you know, they're still there. They were like, hey, so how'd it go? No, that's I'm not gonna. Love what you did to the place. No. But yeah, folks, this has been the 94th minute of Everything Everywhere All at Once. I've been Lester Ryan Clark. You can reach me in all the universes as Lester Ryan Clark.
And I've been Keenan Diaz. In your universe, I'm on Letterboxd and Instagram as Howdy Keenan.
Yeah, we got our Facebook listener group, Banana for Scale. That's a community for all of our shows, including this one. It's a private group, but just request to join and you'll be sucked into the banana. If you want more, consider joining us at truestory.fm/join and look for Banana for Scale. That's us. You get bonus episodes of all our shows, access to our Discord, and you get your episodes a week early and ad-free. Pretty cool. Just $5. If you're not sure about that yet, one thing you can do that's absolutely free, but would really help us out and mean all the universes to us, would be to give us a 5-star rating on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you listen to our show. That and sharing the show by word of mouth or on social media is going to help our little podcast grow and find more cool people like you. Okay, time to jump. I think in the last one, didn't I say that I kind of like inserted myself as one of those, one of the bagel acolytes? Okay, so the weird thing that I'm going to do, I probably shouldn't do this. This is probably a bad idea, actually, is when everybody else puts their visor down, I'm not going to.
Oh, God.
I might come out of this without a face.
Oh, jeez.
But, hey, there already exists a universe where I don't have a face, so it's all good. That's
why are you not going to do it? So you can look at the bagel, or
well, it's a weird thing. Like nobody would do that.
They're telling you, you can see it through the visor. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's still going to be beautiful. All right, well, I'm going to be nearby. I'm going to use these curtains, which are now on the floor, and I'm going to stand by and just wipe anyone's visor who needs it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I like that.
I'm sure they get some bagel schmutz on them quite often.
Right. Some everything schmutz, yeah. All right. Poppy seeds, every breed of dog. It's like, yeah. All right. Okay. Keenan, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yeah, it's fine.
No. Keenan, what I'm saying is, like, usually this is how we close the show. It's like, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yeah,
and then you answer something like funny that we, you know, kind of like came up with as we've been doing the show.
Great.
All right. That felt horrible.
Really works. What a tool.
Wow. Okay. And with that, folks, we are out. 1, 2, 3.